Oklahoma is cheap for corporations. Why isn't life affordable for our families? Republicans spent 15 years making Oklahoma cheaper for business while weakening the three pillars of middle-class security: housing, healthcare, and education. A family does not measure the economy by the number of ribbon cuttings at the Capitol. It measures the economy at the kitchen table. Can we make the house payment? Can we afford the doctor? Can our children get the education they need to build a better life? For 15 years, Oklahoma Republicans offered families the same promise: make the state cheaper for corporations, and prosperity will eventually reach everyone else. Cut taxes, offer incentives, hold down labor costs, subsidize selected businesses, then wait for the benefits to trickle down. Oklahoma became one of the cheapest places in America to do business. But corporations were not the only ones looking for an affordable place to live and work. A house is not affordable simply because it costs less than one in Dallas or Denver. It must be affordable on an Oklahoma paycheck after healthcare, childcare, insurance, utilities, groceries, and everything else a family cannot stop buying. Oklahoma's median household income is $65,039, compared with $80,734 nationally. From 2018 through 2023, inflation-adjusted median household income grew only 3.2% in Oklahoma, half the national growth rate of 6.4%. Oklahoma's poverty rate is 14.9%, compared with 10.6% nationally. Pillar 1 is housing that an Oklahoma paycheck can afford. Republicans can point out, correctly, that houses generally cost less in Oklahoma than in many other states. But less expensive and affordable are not the same thing. Affordability is a relationship between price and income. The pressure is especially severe for younger families trying to buy their first home. They must accumulate a down payment while paying rent, childcare, medical bills, car payments, insurance, utilities, and groceries. Higher mortgage rates and insurance premiums have made the entry price even steeper. If 15 years of tax cuts, corporate incentives, and business-friendly policies were supposed to raise family incomes, why is Oklahoma's median household income still $15,695 below the national figure? Where is the first-time homebuyer strategy? Where is the plan for starter homes and workforce housing? Pillar 2 is healthcare people can reach and afford. Healthcare affordability is not just the price of an insurance premium. It is whether a family can find a doctor, schedule an appointment, reach a hospital, afford the deductible, and obtain treatment before a manageable condition becomes a crisis. In 2024, SoonerCare paid for 23,694 births. That was 49.7% of every baby born in Oklahoma. Nearly every other Oklahoma baby entered the world with the cost of delivery covered by a state-administered insurance program. That does not mean the parents were unwilling to work. Many were working in jobs that paid too little or provided no affordable family health insurance. Oklahoma made labor inexpensive for employers, then asked taxpayers to cover health care that those wages and benefits could not support. An earlier analysis by KFF, formerly known as the Kaiser Family Foundation, estimated that as many as 174,000 Oklahomans could lose SoonerCare coverage, with approximately 95,000 more people becoming uninsured. The newest assessment found that 45 of Oklahoma's 73 rural hospitals are at risk of closing, and 18 face an immediate risk. A rural hospital may be a community's maternity ward, major employer, laboratory, imaging center, rehabilitation provider, and connection to specialists. Republicans voted for the federal law making this danger worse. Will they restore some Medicaid funding? Will they support taking back part of the tax reductions provided to large corporations and the wealthiest 10% of Americans? Will Oklahoma Republicans use state money to keep rural hospitals open? As of August 13th, the United States had recorded 2,566 confirmed measles cases during 2026, up from only 285 during all of 2024. Oklahoma families need health decisions grounded in evidence, affordable insurance, functioning hospitals, and qualified medical professionals. Pillar 3 is education for success in the economy of the future. not the past. Public education was one of America's great investments in upward mobility. It prepared ordinary citizens for an industrial economy and helped build the middle class. Artificial intelligence will not eliminate every office, technical, or skilled trade job, but it will change the tasks performed in millions of jobs. The International Labor Organization estimates that approximately 1 in 4 jobs worldwide has some exposure to generative artificial intelligence, with job transformation more likely than complete replacement. Education can no longer end with a high school diploma, college degree, or trade certificate earned at the beginning of adult life. Workers will need opportunities to learn new technology, update existing skills, and retrain throughout their careers. Yet Oklahoma is entering this transition near the bottom in educational outcomes. One recent comparison of national reading and mathematics results placed Oklahoma 48th. The state relies on thousands of emergency-certified teachers, while beginning salaries remain uncompetitive. Public college participation has also declined. The parental choice tax credit is moving toward an annual cap of $275 million. Most recipients already had children attending private schools. The program has no firm income ceiling, and private schools receiving tax-supported assistance are not required to accept every student or provide every specialized service. Oklahoma had the money. It chose different priorities. Oklahoma did not refuse to use government to shape the economy. Republican leaders speak the language of free markets, but for 15 years they have used government aggressively to steer public money towards selected businesses, industries, and private institutions. They cut taxes, created credits, issued rebates, offered incentive payments, and awarded direct subsidies, all intended to influence corporate decisions. That is not a free market. It is government using taxpayer dollars to create preferred economic outcomes and choosing who benefits from them. Oklahoma's shadow budget now approaches $1.5 billion a year. That is nearly 12 cents outside the normal appropriations process for every dollar lawmakers appropriate publicly. Over 11 fiscal years, Oklahoma tax records show approximately $8.95 billion in credits. Investment and new jobs tax credits accounted for roughly $7.33 billion, about 82% of the total. The state did not lack money. It made choices about who would receive it. Every incentive should face an independent economic development test. Did it raise Oklahoma wages? Did it help working families buy homes? Did it improve access to health care? Did it strengthen public education? Did it prepare workers for higher-paying jobs? Did it produce benefits greater than its cost? These questions should be answered in public debates, not only through campaign advertisements, mailers, controlled town halls, or social media posts. A debate would force candidates to move beyond slogans and explain the trade-offs behind their votes. If Republican candidates insist they support free market capitalism, they should explain which corporate tax credits and subsidies they are willing to eliminate. If they would preserve those subsidies, they should explain why government intervention for corporations is acceptable while assistance for working families is condemned as socialism. Oklahoma candidates do not need another slogan. They need to answer 3 questions. Can working families afford a home? Can they obtain health care when they need it? Can their children and adults whose jobs are changing get the education required to build a future? If the answer is no, Oklahoma is not succeeding. No corporate tax credit, national ranking for business friendliness, ribbon cutting, or campaign commercial can make the family's bills say otherwise. Oklahoma spent 15 years trying to make itself cheaper for corporations. The next election should decide whether it is finally time to make life more affordable for our families.